If a girl's gonna get out there and stand in front of me and want to go toe to toe, I'm gonna beat her ass. Period. At the age of 11, I started boxing for one reason. I wanted to box for my dad. And when he told me his passion was boxing, I was like, I'm gonna box for my dad because I love my dad that much. It wasn't just the first African American, it's the first woman, period, to ever have an Olympic gold medal up in women's boxing. And it was something that was great to me. And after, I didn't really get a lot of endorsements and everything, but I continued boxing. I stayed undefeated until 2016. And in 2016, I won the Olympics again. I don't know if you can tell and look at me, but I look like a winner. I talk like a winner. I carry myself as a winner. And everybody can't do that. People doubt themselves. I don't doubt myself at all. I learned that this shit hurt. After my pro debut and I fought against French on Cruz, that's the first time I ever told myself I never let another female hit me like that again, ever in my life. I sparred a guy 6'2" almost every other day. I am the greatest woman of all time. I will not be beat by you or anybody else. Claressa Shields can't be fucked with, so that still stands. I've never had a close fight like that, like Katie had with Delphine Persoon, but I have fought against the best girls in my weight division, so it's not a knock to Katie Taylor, but I am the greatest woman of all time, and she'll be second place until she can perform like I did against Hammer, against another top fighter. Boxing has been my life since I was a kid. I have 2 Olympic gold medals, 9 world titles, 3 different divisions. I'm trying to build a blueprint because honestly, there is no blueprint to this. There is. I mean, when I turned professional, I just was like, what do I do? Who do I talk to? I'm like, I don't know nothing. They keep saying that they did tests back in the day and women are weaker than men, duh, but we're fighting against other women. So the rounds need to be 3 minutes, 12 rounds. She better get in the gym and get ready because it's not gonna be nothing easy. I would slap her ass, shit, run her ass home and jump in the plane. I don't want to fight her. I'm scared for my life. I'm scared for my life. I want to go home. Whoever else questions my greatness has to see me.
I started boxing when I was 12. I'm now 26, so coming up 15 years.
So most of your young life, really?
Yeah. I sparred with Callum Smith quite a lot, and I just started sparring with Anthony Gogo as well. So obviously they're both 2 of the best in the world. I don't think you'll get much better than that. In the amateurs, I had a brilliant career. I was 2012 world champion, Commonwealth champion, European champion, and a load of multi-nations.
My first ever camp for my first ever pro fight, it was when Huey was training to fight Parker. So, it's all like world class camps. Yeah, the majority of my sparring is with male boxers, yeah. Women's boxing isn't nowhere near as established as the men's. So you can turn over in the men's with hardly no amateur background and do English, British, eventually get onto world level. But with the women's, because it's a lot more or less established, it's really hard to make a mark or make any money. So I've got to win over a two-time Olympian. So if that's going to get me places, I'm going to use it. Now it's not just about the boxing. It's about the personality, and it's about selling tickets. You could sell tickets and be not even British, be not even English level. But if you could sell them tickets and people are interested in watching you, then you're going to get on them big shows. You're going to be active. Promoters are going to want to show you on telly. So it's not just about the boxing anymore.
I was I think 82 kilos when I first went to Finchley. I was a heavy smoker, a heavy drinker. I kind of got into sport by accident. I was really, really overweight. I had no confidence. I was in a lot of trouble. I was up to the wrong stuff, and then someone suggested going to a box exercise class, and the guy that did the class said, you're really talented, but obviously he was blunt, he was like, you're really fat. So I walked out of the gym after the first session, I threw cigarettes in the bin, and I never ever smoked or done anything like that ever again. And then they said to me, a couple of weeks later, we'll take you to the internationals, the Harringay Box Cup. See if you enjoy boxing, if you like it. So my family, my granddad and my uncle, they always liked boxing, but I never really knew much about it. So I went to watch it, and I think at the time I was weighing like 82 kilos. And they said to me, in about 3-4 years' time, we'll enter you in the same tournament at 69 kilos. Exactly 12 months later, I won gold at 57 kilos. I was aggressive until I started boxing. Now I'm not. I'm just aggressive when I fight. If you see me fight, you'll know I'm more aggressive than anything. But out of the ring now, complete opposites. Boxing's changed me as a person. I'm a completely different person now when I started. But now is the time. Women boxing's on the high, so you're better off striking when it's hot. Do you know what I mean? So I think, and if it hadn't have got big in this country, I kind of had it in my head. I know my style. I know that I'm not built for amateurs. I'm built for pros. So I had it in my head. If it wasn't going to get big here eventually, I was going to go to America. Like I went to Vegas a few years ago and I trained at the Mayer gym, and they loved me. They loved my style. And they was already saying to me after one day of training, you should turn pro, like dropping hints. So I knew there was a market in America, but now it's here, and I feel like the market's even bigger here. Because I tried to be more of a thinker and sparring, whereas in fighting, I'm like, I'm getting this bitch out of here. Do you know what I mean? My shots are accurate, and I always knock girls back. And I said today, I want to stop someone. That's it. I had that bit in between my teeth, and I kind of went there with a very aggressive manner. But I think I'll be doing that more often now. My style's much more suited to the pro ranks and the amateur ranks anyway, so I believe personally I made the right decision to go turn professional early like I did. And I have got a head start. By the time they've actually done the Olympics, turn pro, I'll probably be winning titles or on like 8, 9 and over then hopefully. So I think I've definitely given myself a good head start, and I'm very glad with the decision I made. I think sometimes the men, it's either not enough or too much. So not enough as if they don't want to hit you because you're a woman, and then when you land a good one on them and you hurt them, they get embarrassed because you're a woman. So they come on too much and almost become reckless. So a woman, it's you match each other, do you know what I mean? But I actually prefer sparring men because I think they're obviously tougher, it's more competitive, and I'm only ever going to learn by someone who is better than me. So if I have to go in with someone that's going to hit me harder than a woman would, then so be it, but it's the best way to learn. I'm on my own journey. I'm doing my own thing, and I don't want anyone to ever say, oh, she's trying to be like that person, because I'm my own person. I made that quite clear. This year we're going to definitely see me step up a lot, and hopefully the better opponents will be better me.
I started somewhat late. I was 17 when I first walked into a gym, and it was actually a Muay Thai kickboxing gym. So I did Muay Thai for about a year and then transitioned to my first boxing fight at 18. Walked in, asked how much to sign myself up. It was $100. So I ran across the street to the ATM and pulled out the last $100 out of my bank account. And I mean, I went from going 3 days a week to asking if I could go 6 days a week, and to the guys' classes too, where I just kind of like fell in love with the challenge of the sport. And I knew within a month that I wanted to be the best female fighter in the world.
I want to fight them all. I know there's girls out there coming out of the Olympics too. Katie Taylor is one of them. And I want to make sure those fights happen when the world is watching. I think we both need to build our brand, and when the time is right, have that matchup and try and do big things for the sport.
To be honest, the Olympics was not the best experience for me. I think that one of the important things about the Olympics is you really have to be peaking. Everything has to be coming together for you at that particular time, and it just wasn't for me. I wasn't peaking at that time. There were some issues going on, my family being there that distracted me. They warn you about all the distractions that come along with the Olympics, and I didn't get my medal. I didn't get the endorsements or sponsors that I thought I had set myself up for, and I kind of realized that these sponsors, the endorsement deals, they were going to gymnastics and track and field and swimming and these very Americanized sports. And so I really just didn't get everything I wanted out of it, and it put me in kind of a slump for a while. So I considered going to MMA. And I was gonna. No one was offering me a contract after the Olympics like they were my male teammates, So I really considered. I had an offer from Bellator, and I was going to go in that direction. I figured, all right, yeah, it's going to suck and to start from scratch. I don't want to get kicked in the head, but I also need to develop my career more. And sat down with Top Rank last minute, and kind of stars all aligned, and I'm like, thank God I didn't go to MMA.
Look what Ronda Rousey did for women's MMA. You definitely need a face to kind of break through. Whether that's me or not, I'm just gonna stick true and be who I am, stick to who I am as a person, and yeah, I don't think I need to change. In the ring, it's a serious job for me. I switch on, I take the sport really seriously. I have fun in between. I think there's a balance. I don't being really stressed out and serious doesn't make me feel like I'm going to perform any better. The hard work is done. I put the work in the gym, and if I'm relaxed and I'm going to be happy and smile, and when I go in there, I know that my work is going to pay off. I just have a duty now to kind of represent all women that are coming out of the amateurs.
I'm ready for the title shots when they come. I know they'll come eventually, and hopefully sooner than later. Women's boxing really picked up, and I have a stacked weight division. It's fun and exciting, and it's proven to be so the last year. So I'm hoping to become undisputed. If I can get these fights in a decent amount of time, then I would love to go fight every single one of these girls who have these belts and fight the 430 title.
Every fight I feel pressure, no matter who it is. I could be fighting a German or journeywoman, should I say, and I'll still feel the same pressure. Keep winning, keep enjoying what I'm doing. I'm hoping to get to America this year, if possible. Whether that's a vacation or boxing, I'm happy with whatever. But yeah, just keep winning, keep enjoying myself. Before I walked out, Andrew was telling me to soak it all up and enjoy every minute, and I did. And just to hear the crowd, it's I can't explain it. It's on another level. Just seeing everyone there tonight, and just the whole of Doncaster and South Yorkshire getting behind me, can't thank everyone enough. And we're not daft, it's boxing, you've got to put bums on seats, it's a business. As long as I'm enjoying myself, I'm getting the wins and I'm getting the experience, and I'm happy doing what I'm doing, then that's all that matters. But hopefully a little trip to America, I'd be happy with that, And the fact I've just performed on one of the biggest stages in boxing, and now the new WBC world champion, it's crazy. You gotta have trust in your corner, otherwise there's no point. You're in a fight, really, and it's a dangerous game, so you gotta have trust. Andrew's like my family, it's like family. All the gym guys, all the guys in the gym, it's like my second family, really. Kate is my idol. She's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing today. I believe if the Kate Taylor fight will happen, but I don't see it being anytime soon. But it'll be an honour to share a ring with Kate Taylor whenever that does happen.
In terms of women's boxing, there's so many great names out there. I think there's going to be in the future some great fights to be made, and some great super fights as well. Fights that are going to elevate the sport, and definitely fights that are going to generate a lot of public interest. So excited about it.
I'm going to have a chance to shut them all up, but I'm never really respond to anything like that. I'm always very quiet on social media, and once I get them in the ring, that's when I can shut them up. But I always say that my strength is my quiet confidence, and I don't need to talk back, I don't need to retaliate or respond to anything. I just keep quiet and do my talking in the ring, and that's the way I've always done it.
It's absolutely huge for me, and to be on the same card as like Anthony Crolla and his farewell fight, and what a great ambassador for boxing he's been over the years. It's so special to be on the same card as him. To come through that as the undisputed champion, I'm so delighted. This is a dream come true for me. This is all I ever wanted as a professional fighter. This is something that I work towards since I have turned pro. This is the pinnacle of the sport, so to be in this position is absolutely fantastic. It's definitely great to be a world champion. It's great to hold on to those belts, but I plan on keeping that belt for a very, very long time. So I enjoyed that. I definitely enjoyed the moment. I enjoyed the celebrations with my family, but I was straight back into the gym then after that and prepare for the next one. Looking at all the boxing clubs in the country now, it's packed with female boxers, and that to me I think is my greatest legacy. That to me is probably the most satisfying part about this journey, really, is just seeing the amount of female boxers out there now. For anyone who has a dream, just go for it all your heart, and nothing's impossible.